Are you an executive with a case of the blues? My name's JT O'Donnell, and welcome to Executive Insider, the YouTube series for the six-figure professional. So today I want to talk to you about the executive blues. Yes, they're a real thing. And I know there's a lot of executives out there that are in denial about this, but I'm going to walk you through the surefire signs that you actually have this disease. And the good news is I'm also going to tell you how to cure it. So where did I come up with this idea of the executive blues? Well, it's not something I made up. It's actually something I experienced in my executive career many years ago. And I'm going to give you the signs of those things and how I knew that I actually had the blues. And it's important that you recognize this, because if you don't address the executive blues, you're going to experience a plateau in your career. You're going to hit that point where you're just not moving in that direction. And if you're not moving in your executive career, it's dying. It's going backwards. You're going on the other side of the curve, and you don't want that to happen. And so you got to get yourself out of this funk as quickly as you possibly can. But of course, that's easier said than done. So let's talk about the 4 signs and how I learned that I had the blues and what you can do to fix it. So the first sign that you have the executive blues is that you have a real clear sense of what you don't want, but you don't know what you do want. This happened to me in my career in my early 30s. I was at the height of my executive career. I had a big 6-figure income. I was working for a large corporation, had lots of responsibilities, lots of employees reporting to me, but I was miserable. I was really unhappy. In my personal life, I was newly married but never saw my husband. We had a new house and we had dogs. I was never in the house or spending time with the dogs. In fact, didn't have a lot of hobbies and interests, really lost sight of all that, completely out of touch with family and friends, out of shape, all of that, and I had spent all my time and energy focusing on this big career goal, and there I was, I had achieved it, and I was miserable, I was unhappy. The problem was that I knew all the things that I didn't want, but I couldn't start to figure out what I did want. I couldn't identify a new opportunity for myself, and I certainly didn't want to start over. I felt trapped, like I had a set of golden handcuffs. If this sounds like you, then you clearly have a case of the executive blues. The second sign you've got the executive blues is that you can't get excited about any opportunities that come your way. One of the things that happens as you become an accomplished executive is that you'll network and learn about other opportunities, other companies, other partnerships, things that normally would have excited you years ago, but now, as soon as you hear about them, this little voice inside your head starts to kind of pick at them and say, well, this probably would go wrong, or this wouldn't work, or I wouldn't like this. You suddenly just dissect them to the point that they're not interesting at all. And you're saying to yourself that there's absolutely nothing good out there for you, in spite of the fact that you've got more opportunities hitting you than any time before. This definitely was the case for me. I was getting calls from headhunters and recruiters, but I was not interested. It just sounded like more of the same of what I had, and I just didn't want that. If you're experiencing this, then you definitely are probably experiencing the executive blues. Now, a third sign that you might have the executive blues is when you've lost all interest in learning anything new. As an executive, you've built up an incredible amount of expertise. You're a subject matter expert. You're a specialist. You solve problems. You alleviate pain. That's an important role to have because it affords you a lot of opportunities. But if you've stopped getting excited about your industry or your skill set, if you're just not thrilled about the idea of learning new and cutting edge things, if you're really getting bored with what's in your wheelhouse, so to speak, that's a sign that you've probably got the blues, that you're really stuck, because being able to learn and get excited is a big part of being able to move forward in your career. And that lack of interest really is a warning sign, and certainly was for me. Being in HR and recruiting in the space that I was in, I had done all sorts of things, but the idea of these bigger challenges and having to learn new things in order to go after them were of no interest to me. And that's how I knew that I had the executive blues. So the fourth and final sign that you might have a case of the executive blues is when simple setbacks and challenges start to really frustrate you. In my case, that became very apparent. I found that every time we had a problem with a customer or an employee or some sort of change in management going on, I just got so wound up. Everything started to upset me, anger me, and I would carry it with me after work. It was going with me everywhere. It just fueled the fire of the fact that I was done and I really wanted to do something different. And I've seen so many executives fall into this trap, and the problem with it is that they get to a point where they say, enough, I can't take it anymore, like a boiling pot, and they quit their job. They say, I'm going to take a sabbatical, or I'm going to take time off, or I'm just going to quit so I can figure out what I want. I know that that really sounds appealing to you, and certainly it was appealing to me, but it's not the solution. And that's why I really want to spend the next part of this series talking to you about, if you've figured out by this point you've got the executive blues, what can you do about it? All right, so by now you've probably figured out that you have maybe a mild or severe case of the executive blues, and hopefully you want to learn what to do about it. Well, in this video series that I've created, which is free to you, you will unlock exactly what's going on. And I'm telling you right now, when you find out in this next video the #1 thing that has actually caused all of this executive blues, you're gonna be shocked. I know I was when I first learned what it was, and I can't wait to share it with you. But here's what you've got to do. You've got to click the link down below and pop your email address in order to get access to this free video series. Now, why is that? Well, hey, I want you to have some skin in the game here. I'm not just going to put this information out for free. I want you to commit. I want you to say, yes, I want the answers to this. And that's what it's going to give you. So be sure to click the link below, pop in your email address. You'll get instant access to my video tutorials, which are going to give you this incredible secret as to how these executive blues came to pass, and more importantly, what you can do about it. All right, can't wait to see you in that next video. And until the next time, please remember this: when it comes to the executive game, if you want to win, you've got to work it daily.